You know who it is. It's El Broke Lucy, your friend. How are my friends doing on this 4th of July? Hope all of you are having a relaxed and wonderful time. With the current administration, we don't have a 4th of July Independence Day to celebrate because we're under fascist right-wing attack, and everybody with a brain knows it, and everybody with morals and a conscience is speaking out at least and trying to do everything they can to change it. I got 2 or 3 topics to cover here, and I like to move fast and entertaining when I can. Instead of just rambling on about myself, I'm going to say something about myself. I've been sick. Last video I told you my health was failing. Well, it failed completely. Short as I can put it, over the last 2 or 3 months, something's been attacking my lungs, sucking the oxygen out of me, sucking the energy out of me. Until weekend before last, I had to have help getting dressed, and I was holding on. I hate going to the hospital. I hate getting admitted, and I was holding on to see my doctor the next day to have an appointment to go over all these tests that have been done on me. I had a biopsy on my lung and a couple other things, and we were gonna go over them. Well, we didn't make it that far. I got in there, and she put the oxygen monitor on my finger, and it was down way, way low, 71, danger level. So she admitted me immediately into the hospital, and I've been on oxygen since. Well, I was in the hospital for 5 days, and I used that time. I knew that the only way I was going to get through this was to beat the depression, because I stood at death's door and I had a choice. I wasn't afraid to die, but there's some things I need to do yet, and I want to hang around and do them. Beautiful things. I damn sure want to live to see this country in a democracy again. I'm allowed to take my oxygen off for a few minutes at a time. Just want to let you know. Here it is, as long as I'm sitting. But now I'm in physical therapy. I got here last Saturday, and every day is pushing and pushing and trying to rebuild my lungs. I'm still on the whole panel of pulmonologists and internal medicine doctors came up with no solid answer for what happened to my lungs after a week of every test. More tests than I've ever been through. They ruled out cancer. They ruled out chronic COPD. I have COPD, but in mild form. They ruled out emphysema, and they ruled out cigarettes. So all I can do is just keep working and taking my medicine and hope that it doesn't attack me again. This is the hardest fight I've ever had in my life. And I'm an alcoholic, the worst one anybody's ever met when I'm drinking. And I hadn't had a drink since November 2015. And it only took about 2-3 months of drinking during that period of time for me to hit the end, to hit bottom. And in between it, there was years of sobriety. But this is the first time as an alcoholic I know I'm never going to drink again. I always before knew I had that one more in me, but no more. It's not there. I know what's going to happen with one beer, one shot of liquor. I know. And it's a good freedom to not have that monkey on my shoulder. But this is harder than that. So that's where I'm at, friends. And I've gotten so much love and support on Facebook. I'm going to put this on Facebook, so I'm addressing that audience and my friends on YouTube and my haters. I got probably equal haters that I do, good friends, but your kind words outweigh all the ignorance and hatred that I get. So I'm going to get off this topic and come back and say something about it in the end. I'm going to tell you about the Supreme Court issue. This is probably the most critical issue that's come up yet under the Trump administration. In case you don't know, I'm going to fill you in briefly. Anthony Kennedy retiring was a planned move between him and Donald Trump, so that hopefully Donald Trump would have time to appoint another conservative member to the bench, which will keep the tilt 5-4 conservative. Now, much longer is Ruth Bader Ginsburg going to last? Who knows? She's a hero among heroes. And my feeling from what I know about her, what I've read about her, is she'll do everything in her power to stay in, not retire until at least after the November elections, which are the most critical elections this country's ever faced. So everybody, make a plan to go vote blue. This is one time. I'm telling you, honestly, you can't go wrong with voting blue this cycle. I swear on everything that's precious to me. Okay? Now, why do we need a liberal slant to the Supreme Court? And I hope there's some Trumpites and Republicans out there hearing this. You know, you fuckers are alive today because of liberals. There's a very good chance that humanity, liberal is a thought process around the world. It's just not confined to America. There's a very good chance that humanity would have died out long ago if not for liberals. Conservatives don't push science programs. They don't push conserving the environment. They don't push human rights. Your own human rights. You Republicans, Trumpites, your human rights. Your conservative Supreme Court and your representatives in Congress don't give a goddamn about you and your rights. The only thing they do that you think they're doing for you is when they make decisions that put the power of religion over human rights. And that appeals to your carnal instincts of pure hatred of humanity. Well, you can go on hating me and humanity and gay people and women's rights, the right to choose. You can go on and hate it. As long as liberals keep pushing and pushing, you'll stay alive. You are truly the dead weight. You mock people on welfare that are poor. You mock the hungry. You're only going to stay alive as long as there are liberals pushing in our government and in our special interest groups. So that's the importance of, if there's a protest in your community, or speak it out on Facebook, because Facebook and Twitter and the other accounts, I'm only on Facebook and YouTube, are growing more important in the eyes of the government. The good people, Bernie Sanders and his progressives, Alexandria Cortez, they monitor social media to find out where their people are at, what their people want, how they can speak for us. The conservative politicians monitor it to see if it's time for another hate bomb to fuel the base. In just a minute on immigration, what's going on the border with the children, the humans, children. Everybody here either has children or has children in your family, and you've become attached and see the beauty and preciousness of a little child. They're so brave, but yet they need our protection every day, all day. 3 and 4 years old, 4-year-olds under the separation fuck up of Trump's are having to represent themselves in court. Now, you put this child that you love in your mind, put him in that place, standing in a court, overwhelmed. That tells you that with this administration, we're dealing with the filth of the earth. And this administration's supporters are every bit as guilty as Trump is. That's the message on that. Now I'll wrap it up on something funny. A lot of y'all know I've had a stalker for 5 fucking years now. A psychotic. He falls into the category of the scorned stalker. Because when we first met over 5 years ago, he made a daily practice of trying to shove his head up my ass. Well, I detest ass kissers so much that when I had a business of my own, rule number 1, I tell them, you try to kiss my ass and I'm gonna fire you. And one did it, and I fired her. Well, I rejected him. I didn't let him into my circle. I had to pause it there. I got a phone call for a minute. I didn't let him into my circle. And he turned on me. He started going to my friends in private message and telling lies about me, calling me a narcissist. I love psychiatrists, and I've been in contact with psychiatrists now for 30 years. I have never been diagnosed as anything close to a narcissist, but I have been diagnosed as an empath. I can feel other people's feelings just by looking at them where they're at in life when they're around me. Somebody, I can be blinded and have earplugs in. Somebody walks in my space with an attitude. I can tell, okay, narcissism can't exist in that. It can't. I make my videos to try to help people because I'm very experienced and I got a particular view on things. I got this stalker. A friend of mine an hour ago brought me a video that he made about me 6 days ago. And I stomached part of it. I never heard so much hatred. Now this is after 2-3 months maybe of not saying anything about me. That's how sick this fucker is. And I named him Buck Cricket off of his initials. Now he gets off on saying my name. The scorned stalker first lusts after their target. And when they can't get their target, they turn into hatred and a true stalker. This fucker calls himself liberal. He mocks. If he mocks my sickness, he'll mock anybody's sickness. He mocks the sick. He mocks the addicts. He mocks the alcoholics. He mocks people with no money, the poor. Now you tell me what political party all that shit comes from. Pure, dead-on, alt-right wing conservatives. So here's for you, Brian Cabral, Buck Cricket. You are proven, again, you are one sick puppy, and I own your mind. If I make another video and make it all about you, this fucker will make 6, 8, 10, 20. I can make him jump, move, and weave any way I want. So that's my life, my friends. Hell broke Lucy. I'm glad I got y'all. Peace, love, dove.